Welcome all gunning to Old Trafford here with your host Ibi and Shady. And as you guys can see, in the cool seat again, our man, the Anfield way.
Good. You left you
didn't.
hanging.
You didn't.
left you
You
hanging.
didn't.
I'm going to clip it.
No, you didn't.
Guys,
You didn't.
The beauty of
You didn't.
media. But the beauty of media is I can clip out everything before that. So it's going to make it look like you're hanging. Hello, Dr. Smith. I love it.
Well,
Thank you for it.
But the Anfield
Glad to be
way is
back.
here, guys. Welcome, Farid.
Farid,
Welcome,
before we
everyone.
jump in, just give the guys a bit of a punt on your channel. What it is, where can they find you?
So, sister channel to Gunning to Old Trafford.
Yeah.
More Liverpool focused. I think it was taking a little bit away from Man United Arsenal.
Yep,
And we didn't want to dilute it in any way.
100%.
So, Anfield way, more Liverpool content. Little bit different, but we'll get there. Surprises coming. This week we're starting. This week we're starting.
I like
Love it. And guys, we'll drop the links so
Yeah.
that you can find him as well on our YouTube and our Insta.
Yeah.
So you'll be able
YouTube,
to
if your
find
search
him
is
across.
not coming up yet, channel obviously doesn't have enough viewership
Yeah.
yet. Yeah.
So
it
don't
will
worry,
come
we'll
up,
drop the
will come
link
up.
so that you can
But I
find
was
it
just saying, so
directly.
Ibi, everybody out there, don't forget to like, share, comment, hit the bell notification. So now when you hit the bell notification, you'll be getting 2 notifications. The Anfield way and Gunning to Old Trafford.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make
To
sure
keep-
you knock
That's
both
good.
of them.
Make sure you got both to keep in touch, in tune, and independent. All the latest from Gunning to Old Trafford and Anfield way. I got it right.
Love it.
I got it right.
And we'll be crossing
We'll
each
be
other's
jumping,
paths.
100%.
all the
You
time.
might see us sometimes on the Anfield way. You might
Yeah.
see Farid with us on Gunning to Old Trafford. Because
That's
like
the
Farid says, we are partner channels. We've got Gunning to Old Trafford, which is Manchester United and Arsenal content. Anfield Way ZA, which is Liverpool focused content. But we'll be interlinking. And there's
Amazing.
a lot of interesting collaborations coming up soon.
Amazing
so stay
stuff.
tuned.
So guys, we are at our preview of one of the biggest matches in the world, man.
Of course.
I was going to say Europe, but no.
The
world.
In the world, one of the biggest derbies in the world, Manchester United and Liverpool, guys. Would you like to come?
You got to comes, but Farid, you go
But
for
this,
it.
look, Ibi,
My
you
sugar
just have.
levels.
I know, I understand, Ibi, but please just do it for Manchester United. I'll have 2. Right?
Because we don't have sugar problems.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I do, but I don't know. I don't know. I
You
always
burned
say
out
it's not
all
sugar.
that on the ground,
I don't
so
know,
you need
man.
sugar to pump it up.
I drink too much sugar. I drink too much sugar. Oh, amazing stuff. Okay,
Definitely. Biggest game in the world.
so biggest game in the world, Sunday, half past 6.
6.
Ibi?
6:30.
Half past 6. Everybody ready at home
there's
for
no
carte
load
blanche.
shedding.
Let us actually see.
I hope there's no load shedding this week.
Okay, tell me, are we playing with Anfield or
Anfield.
Anfield. Okay. So what that since you're hosting us, Farid, yeah, give us your take on the game. What's your feeling? How's the Liverpool team looking? In
So-
the classroom?
Let's go back a couple of, what is it, almost 2 months now?
Yeah.
United Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At that point, was one of the biggest games of the season.
Correct.
I think it was a bigger game for Arsenal than it was for United. United at that point was still getting into their
Rising.
swing. They were now just coming into finding their form. So whether they lost or won, I think wouldn't have broke their season. But it was a needed win for Arsenal.
Yeah, big one.
This one, Liverpool struggling badly need this win. So do United, because this puts United in a very strong position if they win this game.
For top 4, 100%. I
Of
think it
course.
solidifies our position for
Yeah.
top 4. And it's a very, very important game for Manchester United. And like we mentioned off camera, a game like Liverpool, Manchester United at Anfield, all form goes out of the window. It's 2 heavyweights of English football, 2 of the most decorated teams to grace the English
Oh,
Premier
yes.
League are going to go head to head. It's going to be a festival, man. What a game to watch.
I hope it just turns out to be exactly how we're saying it is now.
No, it will be a humbling.
Hopefully no boring game.
Yeah.
It has to be an end-to-end game. I mean, those are United and Liverpool games, right?
I think it's
We
going to
had
be.
the days of those tight ones are finished,
games.
yeah.
But I think with Klopp and Ten Hag, Ten Hag will give the respect where it's due. But Klopp, I think he realized that Ten Hag is also a coach that he needs to look out for.
Uh-huh.
It's not just another Manchester United coach. It's a really well-coached Manchester United team. But I think both of them will give the respect due, but will also go for the game. And I think
he needs to. I think Klopp needs to find his
mojo.
His mojo. The guitar needs to start strumming again. This rock and roll football is now turned into.
But for
I
real,
don't know.
don't you think like
Someone
you said
playing on the harp.
don't you think they look tired, man?
You
They
know
look
what?
so tired, man. I don't know, man.
How long are we gonna say that?
I know, but
This we into March already. By now, tired legs after the World Cup, tired
Should
legs are
be,
gone.
exactly.
You should be in now
true
at your
that,
peak,
true
right?
that, true that.
And everybody's
True
tired.
that.
Like,
Everyone
Yeah,
is.
we've been talking about how bad Liverpool's midfield was against
They didn't fix
Madrid.
it.
Against Madrid, it wasn't Liverpool's midfield. It wasn't Liverpool's attack that was bad. It was Liverpool's defense that was shocking.
all over the show.
All over the show. The midfield and the attack were actually the two shining stars in the game that day. And Crystal Palace, it then went back to the midfield
Boring,
being the problem.
mundane game.
Oh my word.
So, Farid, two things that have stood out for me, and I'm getting a lot of flack from Liverpool fans for mentioning this, right? One is, I honestly believe, and I'm not saying Nunes and Gakpo are bad players, because I think they'll turn out to be fantastic players for Liverpool.
Just
right?
not together the way they play.
I
at the
just
moment.
think that they were not the priority. Okay, maybe
No.
Nunes at the start of the season, but in January, you guys did not need Gakpo. You guys needed to solidify that midfield. It was overlooked, and you guys went for another attacker.
I think you want to hear my honest view on the Gakpo signing was we knew he was going to go to United.
And you guys wanted to take him before.
And I think the only reason they bought Gakpo was if we lose Gakpo to United, there's it to make United stronger.
And that's why
And they went in.
And I think they knew the midfield deals were not going to happen. They had money, a little bit of money to spend. Let's just spend it.
But for
Let's just go out
me,
and
wasn't like Ibrahim said in the past spotlight, Amrabat was the guy, man.
But Amrabat didn't want
Amrabat
to
was the
negotiate.
guy, man.
The negotiations started and then they just
It just fizzled
disappeared.
out. Oh, okay.
Disappeared.
But at Trossard.
But
Trossard was
yeah,
available. Why was you
Trossard-
guys all over him like a rash?
Trossard
But
would have
Trossard-
suited them as well, eh?
Look, the Trossard
You would
thing,
have suited them.
that last week of the transfer window was, I think, when they really decided, okay, now we don't want Trossard anymore. I think that was it. And I think by then, Liverpool had already had Gakpo and they'd spent the money they had. Arsenal jumping in on Trossard in that last day, that last 24 hours
Crazy.
was crazy.
Huh?
Crazy.
And I was like Ibrahim says, we must have bullet with Mudrik.
Yeah.
And we got this guy here for, I mean, we saved like 70 million.
Brilliant
70 million.
But it's, look, I think Ibi, in this game, United's going to boss the midfield. Hands down.
Of course, Casemiro,
They're gonna boss
Sabitzer, Bruno.
We might have Thiago back, which gives me a little bit more of a nicer feeling in midfield, but doesn't change anything. It just makes it a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult for United. But United boss the midfield. As far as strikers go, Salah can't shoot to save his life at the moment. Gakpo's completely looks like a fish out of water at the moment, but unfortunately,
He'll come good.
He'll come good.
Yeah, I think it's just a tough time at Liverpool at the moment, right? And that's why the spotlight is on him. But I think he'll definitely
Look,
come
he's
good.
taking it on his chin, right?
Yeah,
He's
sure.
taking it on his chin. Nunez, Darwin
Injured.
finds. I think he should be okay. They
No,
say he
there's a
might.
shoulder injury out for
I
undisclosed period of
think
time.
today
Oh,
Klopp
okay.
said he might be okay on Sunday. I don't know. We will see. I'll read again tomorrow and I'll tell you guys. But Nunez, for me, the problem is gets himself into amazing positions and then is finishing it him down.
Yeah. But
And then our
again-
defense is useless.
Again, I think he'll come right. So my second thing that I want to highlight, and again, I'm scared to say it because I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has been a fantastic servant of Liverpool Football Club the past couple of seasons, looks completely out of sorts. And on Sunday, he's going to be going head-to-head with Marcus Rashford.
Oof, man.
How does that battle end?
Ooh, man.
For
The same way it's been ending for the last couple of weeks. Rashford on top. I'm sorry, guys. There is no chance Rashford has a bad game against Trent. I think it's probably the other way around. Trent has not had a good season.
Yeah.
By Trent's standards, he's not had a good season. Klopp should have realized, I think, by December already, that Trent is better going forward than he is going back. and transition him into becoming a midfielder.
100%.
And then we would have had someone in midfield that could have at least have a little bit of defensive quality, but great attacking prowess.
Oh, yes.
And then change him into a midfielder. Why it's taking so long for Liverpool to do that, I don't know. Because he started his career at right
Because
mid.
the thing with me about, and I think this is where it's impacting Trent, and we'll get into United shortly, right? But the thing when Liverpool were playing that high press, high intensity football,
It suited Trent.
Trent could push up high.
Yes.
He didn't need to do too much defending.
Yes.
At the moment, Liverpool are so flat in their attacking that you guys are pegged back or pinned back more into your own half. And now he's getting into the right positions. But his timing on making the dart to close the gap or
And his
understand
tackle.
what's coming in behind him, that's where he's switching off. Why? Because he hasn't been doing that for the last 2 seasons. Not because he's bad at it, but because he was more focused on the forward part of the game.
There was an article that came out. I think it was last week or the week before. It was about a Maldini saying. I think it was some anniversary of Maldini and Nesta or Maldini and AC Milan or something like that. But Maldini always said, he had a saying of his that was very famous. If you have to slide into a tackle, it means you've already made a mistake.
Because you're out of
As a
position.
defender, you're out of position. The only reason you're sliding is to cover that mistake up.
Yeah.
And it makes so much of sense because I sometimes, well, Trent doesn't slide very often, but when he sticks his leg out, it's always too late.
Yeah.
He's already made the mistake.
Again, I don't think we're going in on Trent, fantastic player, but I think Liverpool.
I'm allowed to.
Yeah,
But you're allowed to.
You
You're
are
allowed to go first.
But a Liverpool attacking team suits Trent,
Trent.
more than a Liverpool
And
team that are
Robertson.
100% than a Liverpool team that are under the pump.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm
On
not
the
going to give my prediction now.
We will get
We'll
into
talk
the
there.
prediction.
Get it.
On the flip side, a strong Manchester United team
Very strong.
coming off a Carabao Cup win, coming off a win against Barcelona, but a tired Manchester United team. Like I said, playing a game every 3 days is not for the faint-hearted. And you guys know it well.
Yeah.
Right? You guys did it last season.
Last season.
Played every game. So far, we in all competitions and playing every game. But
And Europa is a little bit longer than Champions.
and Europa is a little bit longer, right? And we had to go through this extra qualifying but against Barcelona. A fault of our own because we didn't finish top of our group. But going into this Liverpool game, I don't think I felt more confident going into this Liverpool game than I have in the last 10 years. Right? Since Sir Alex Ferguson. In Sir Alex's days, yes, there were days where I was confident, but the last couple of years, I think this is the most confident I'm going in. Cautiously confident because you never underestimate a Jurgen Klopp team. You never underestimate a Liverpool team. Fantastic football
You
club.
never ever underestimate the derby.
100%.
Yeah, you don't.
Hey guys, we always say it's a derby. It is a derby.
It
They're
is.
right next to each other.
Exactly.
They're neighbors.
They're neighbors.
They're
right?
neighbors. Unofficial derby.
Unofficial derby. My only concern that I have going into this game, and I know it's a little bit undue criticism, it's 2 positions for me. The right back position. One, Dallo, fantastic going forward, but he's been shown to be a bit dodgy since his injury in defense. One, Bissaka, really, really good in the back, but not strong enough going forward.
But you need him going forward.
And I think that maybe against Liverpool we don't, and maybe he's the right player to play so that he can neutralize the Gakpo or Darwin Núñez impact. Because like you said, both of those players, yes, they're not scoring, but they're getting into the right positions. They're causing trouble, and in a derby, you never know, things could click.
Yeah.
So that's my one concern. You know, who does Ten Hag go with in the right back position and our centre midfield position?
Which one?
I think he's going to go down for a Bruno Casemiro Fred partnership. And I think that's a justified partnership there. But I'm worried. You know, I love Fred. Fred is a brilliant player. But in a game against Liverpool, I think Fred could easily lose his head, get an early yellow, and then put us under pressure like we were in the cup final against Newcastle. So the predicament that Ten Hag has is, does he go with Casemiro, Sabitzer as a partnership, but they haven't played together really. They played a little bit in the Carabao
Sanchez is
Cup.
also a hot head, eh?
Also hot.
That is.
And then Bruno, or do they default to the Fred one? And that's my only concern. Because I think Wout Weghorst against Liverpool will be fantastic.
Oh, no,
He'll
suits
neutralize
him.
Van Dijk.
Correct.
Big
He's
enough
gonna
to
keep him
hold
busy.
him off. Big
He's
enough
gonna
to
keep
hold
him
him
busy.
off. Also robust, pushing around and stuff. So I think he is definitely starting. So those are the only two real concerns that I have going into the game. But like I said, anything can happen on the day.
Anything.
I wish we
can-
had Konate back. And I don't know if he is fit. I think there's talk of him training and stuff. I don't know if he starts. Diaz, also again training, don't know if he starts. Might be on the bench. But I'm missing Diaz, I'm missing Konate.
Yeah,
Really, I am.
big,
It's a
big
miss.
losses.
Big miss.
Jota is back, right?
Jota's back.
He goes
But
Say it. Go for it.
how do you miss from there? How? you might as well have run into the pole yourself.
You-
Leave the ball, run past the ball and run into the pole runner. Look, I know it's a tight angle, but from that
that level, you should be
close,
putting it away, right?
even if you don't head the ball into the goal, you head the ball across. And and you are a professional. I'm not saying any of us could do better, but at your level, you should have known. Look, the angle is tight. Let me not try and score. Let me try and hit it across,
Correct.
and then goal.
Exactly.
He runs into it, and Salah the crossbar.
I mean, that's unfortunate. It's
No, Salah in any other season that was in.
no, but when
That
things
was
are
it.
not going your way,
Things are not going.
things
Yeah.
don't go your way.
Never goes your
Right?
way.
I remember that one season where we were under the pump. Souness was going in on Pogba, and Pogba like 4 games in a row hit the crossbar. Just couldn't do anything right for Manchester United at that point. So it happens, and I don't doubt Salah's quality. I think a fantastic player. He'll definitely get his form back. The Gakpo miss as well when Salah put him through. It was a little bit tight
Yeah,
for
it was
him
a bit.
to
I
get
think the
over.
goalkeeper put him off.
And goalkeeper got there just in time.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been a penalty, but got there just in time.
Yeah.
So Farid,
Brilliant.
a tough one. Abdul,
So yeah, wow, guys, I'm mesmerized and I can't wait for this derby. Prediction time.
so Abdul, Farid, fantastic stuff from a prediction perspective. What are your thoughts on the game?
As much as it pains me to say it, United win.
United
Easy
win.
Easy
I
win.
think
2-0.
it's going to be. I think a 2-1. I think Farid is underestimating his team. I think 2-1. But let's see. Farid, let's
Yeah,
discuss.
Hey, listen, I was going to go, if you were to ask me my prediction about 10 minutes ago, it would have probably been about 5. But let's go with 2. Let's go
So,
with 2.
okay, Anfield Way ZA thinks it's a United win. Coming to Old Trafford thinks it's a United win. And guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Find the Anfield Way on YouTube. Find Gunning to Old Trafford in YouTube. And guys, with that, we are Gunning to Old Trafford.
Trafford.
Thank you, guys.